Hi guys, welcome to this screencast which is going to be on muscle fibre type and exercise intensity. So your corner notes should look like this. You need to have aerobic work, anaerobic work, slow oxidative muscle fibres or just type 1, fast oxidative glycolytic fibres or type 2A, fast glycolytic muscle fibres type 2B, phosphocreatine, mitochondria and myoglobin. Remember, you need to have information about aerobic work underneath aerobic work, underneath anaerobic work, underneath slow oxidative muscle fibers, and to the left you ask yourself questions that give you the answer aerobic work. You ask yourself questions that give yourself type 1 muscle fibers, slow oxidative muscle fibers in here, using the information from underneath here. So okay, let's get on with it then. So first of all, type of exam question you might be given. Figure 1.2 shows a discus thrower in action. Identify the predominant muscle fibre type used by the discus thrower to achieve maximum distance. And then part 2 of that is explain how the function of this fibre type suits the performance of a discus throw. So that's what we're going to be able to answer at the end of our lesson. First of all, the key information we need. Aerobic work, first of all. Aerobic work is low intensity, long duration exercise in the presence of oxygen. For example, marathon running or our long distance running cycling events. Anaerobic work is the opposite. Anaerobic is high intensity, short duration exercise in the absence of oxygen. For example, shot put. So they're your first two corner notes. This should be done on the right hand side of your page. On the left hand side you should have questions that will give you the answer aerobic and anaerobic work. For example, which form of work is low intensity, long duration, exercise in the presence of oxygen? Aerobic work is the answer. Okay, so first muscle fibre type we are going to be discussing is slow oxidative or type 1. So slow oxidative muscle fibres or type 1 muscle fibres, the structural characteristics we need to know is their capillary density is really high. Okay, capillaries is where gaseous exchange takes place, where oxygen turns into goes into the muscle and carbon dioxide leaves the muscle, goes into the bloodstream. Mitochondria density is high. Mitochondria is responsible for aerobic energy production. Myoglobin content is high. Myoglobin, which you're going to find out later, don't get this down now. Myoglobin is a protein that transports oxygen to the mitochondria. Phosphocreatine stores are low. Phosphocreatine is needed for high intensity exercise, so it's low for slow oxidative. Neuron size is small. If we look at our functional characteristics now, we have got force of contraction is low, speed of contraction is slow, to slow oxidative muscle fibre, to slow twitch muscle fibre. Fatigue resistance is high, therefore it can work for a long period of time. Aerobic capacity is high, anaerobic capacity is low. So that's our first muscle fibre type. So your question that you get, you might get this table out and then you might just question yourself which muscle fibre type has high capillary density, high mitochondrial density, high myoglobin content, low phosphocreatine stores. Answers slow oxidative. Which muscle fibre type has low force of contraction, slow speed of contraction, high resistance to fatigue with a high aerobic capacity? Slow oxidative. So you can have two questions for this one. Next is called fast oxidative glycolytic. So oxidative oxygen, it has some oxidative capabilities, however fast, it's a fast twitch muscle fibre. So we have got structural characteristics of a fast oxidative glycolytic type 2A muscle fibre is capillary density is high, mitochondria density is moderate, myoglobin content is moderate, phosphocreatine stores is high. Our functional characteristics are force of contraction is high, speed of contraction is fast, it's a fast twitch muscle fibre after all, fatigue resistance moderate, aerobic capacity moderate, anaerobic capacity moderate. Sporting example for a fast oxidative glycolytic type 2A would be the 800 metres. Lastly, with regards to muscle fibre types, we've got fast glycolytic type 2B. So structural characteristics, capillary density low, mitochondria density low, myoglobin content low, phosphocreatine stores high, neuron size high. So the structural characteristics of this type of muscle fibre type has low capillary density, low mitochondrial density, low myoglobin content, high phosphocreatine stores. What muscle fibre type is this? Fast glycolytic. Functional characteristics: high force of contraction, fast speed of contraction, fatigue resistance low, tires quickly, aerobic capacity low, anaerobic capacity high. This is really good for short, high intensity exercise such as 100-meter sprinter, shot putter, discus thrower, so forth. Lastly, key terms we need to know: phosphocreatine. So phosphocreatine stores are in fast-twitch muscle fibre types, fast oxidative glycolytic and fast glycolytic. This is a high energy compound stored in the muscle cell, used as a fuel for very high intensity energy production. Mitochondria, a structure in the sarcoplasm. This is found in the muscle. This is responsible for aerobic energy production. And then myoglobin is a protein in the muscle responsible for transporting oxygen to the mitochondria. So I need questions on the 3 muscle fibre types, 2 or 3 questions per muscle fibre type, as well as questions on these key terms in front of you now. Thank you for listening.